Blog Talk Radio.
Canadian show, North American radio show, and now worldwide show. The Lizzie T Blog Talk Radio Show. She wants to know who you are, what you do, your contact info, anything new. And now welcome the amazing Lizzie T.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lizzie T Show. And I have to say show because we are not only doing our radio show, our podcast, but we're also doing our videos, which is on YouTube. So I'm so excited to be here today. I know you probably are wondering, Lizzie, our shows are Monday to Friday, 7 o'clock to 7:30 Toronto time. What's going on? Well, sometimes we make exception. And one of the greatest thing about a podcast, what a radio show, that everything gets recorded. So if you are watching my social media, if you've seen an ad or a post that we're having a show right now, and we've been advertising, by the way, for quite a while that it will be Saturday. We're using LA time, and so it is a lot earlier for you guys there, and it is 6 o'clock, 6:30 Toronto time. You probably are wondering also, why are we doing here? And sometimes we make exceptions because people's schedules are very, very busy, and people's schedules are, they're traveling, their business, they're entrepreneur, they're promoting their books, and weekends pretty much sometimes is the only day that we can do this. So why not let's do it? It is a beautiful Saturday today, beautiful meaning. It was a little bit of sunshine. We had snow for the last, my goodness, 3 days. It's been pouring and pouring, and it's been incredible. So I'm so happy to be here just to let you know, everyone, that we are so excited to be talking to people. If you're interested in calling us on and interacting with our guests, please do not hesitate to call us. It's 845-277-9078. Also, do not forget that this show is been sponsored by naturenova.ca. We will have, by the way, the ads throughout the show, and Natasha Bridgman. So thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Without your contribution, hey, this show could not be possible. Thank you so much for believing in us and trusting us, and making sure that every year is sponsoring. It's been 3 years, or a couple of years for Natasha anyhow, and 3 years for Nature Nova. And also, don't forget that right after the interview, everyone, we will have a musical section. We promote, we help, we assist, we support musicians all over the world. And if you would like us to help you with your craft, send us your MP3 at show@lizziet.com. Show, because this is a great show, at LIZYT.com, and my website is also lizziet.com. So you'll be able to check us out throughout our social media, Facebook.com/Lizzie Radio. There is a link there right now with the show, and also there is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and yes, we have signed up to TikTok. I will not talk much about that because I've been been advised to start doing some funny stuff in TikTok. So I am there as well. And believe it or not, it's taken like a wildfire. So I'm very, very impressed. So I think my housekeeping is pretty much taken care of, guys. Let's keep going because an hour goes by so quickly here, and I hate to run out of time. I'll be right back.
I don't believe that you can be free from your holding tight. I don't believe that you can let go of it. Get held on with all your might. You can't wait for miracles. We got to take down road. And love's like a little piece of time that heaven alone. Tell me what
And that's, everyone, a little teaser from what the music is all about. There's tons of music coming up, and I'm very excited to be sharing with you. And I'm very honored too that you have chosen the Lizzie T Show to promote your single. This is your very first single, and you thought, you know what, it is a little bit challenging. You have my place out there. Well, not here at the Lizzie T Show. So I'm very excited that right after our guest, we will have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. I mean, I don't time it. Whatever happens with our guest is going to happen. And if we go over time, we go over time. That's meant to be. Today, I'm speaking with Dr. Cliff Paris. And Dr. Cliff earned his doctorate in leadership and global business from the University of Irvine, California. He facilitates a live training on the leadership and business management in the U.S., Mexico, Canada, Southeast Asia, and he wrote 3 books. Here, I'm trying to finish my first one. He wrote 3 books titled Get Out There and Shout Drama, Burn Your Boats, that's interesting, and The Fundamentalist. He also is a nurse. Wow, that's interesting. Social worker, life coach, using NLP techniques. He began his Trail on Fire and Burned Your Boat tour in 2019, so just last year. Dr. Cliff is the CEO and president of Trail Society Corp. And owner of the Catribute Music Recording Studio. Into music too, my goodness. This guy never seems to impress me. That is awesome. So let's welcome him with a wonderful, wonderful round of applause. Hello, Dr. Cliff, and welcome to the Lizzie T Show. What an accomplished resume. My goodness. How are you doing this afternoon for you?
Well, first, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be on radio and to be interviewed by you, especially you are being heard all over the planet. So that's an awesome accomplishment as well.
Wow. So from a nurse to an entrepreneur to the president of a big corporation, writer, my goodness, what don't you not do? Let's get started with I see some of your posters and you're a speaker and you do a lot of things. So was the nursing part first in your life, or was something that you decided to do later on? How did your life, your professional life, all got started?
Well, I'm actually a social worker as well on the background, and then I found myself helping other people who are sick, who are not able to function health-wise. So I think there's an opportunity for me to be part of their healing process and to be an angel's hand, to be working with them side by side and every day to see a little bit of growth and a little bit of improvement in health. That's an awesome already accomplishment on my side.
So you are a social worker now, a nurse, and obviously as a true entrepreneur, one of the things that I've noticed most common is that people have that tendency and that ability and that affinity of giving, to be able to give back. And you're showing me right there, right now, that that's really what you love to do is to be able to give up and help people and see them healthy. Let's talk about you're an author of 3 amazing books, and obviously we're promoting one of them today, if not all of them, obviously, because we have mentioned all of them. So the latest book that you've been doing tours all over the place, and you also have a workshop on it. How did that get inspired?
Well, the one I'm doing right now is Trails on Fire. This is going to be a global campaign. And in this particular campaign, I go to places such as Canada and those places that I mentioned earlier. I already started in the U.S. Now I'm heading to Canada and Mexico, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Philippines, India, and Spain and France towards the end of the year. So the whole idea is that I offer free training And in the training, I give some tools, techniques, strategies to help people to become successful in whatever they want to accomplish in their lives. It could be if somebody wants to write a book, then I could jump in and share some of the thoughts that I have used to become successful in writing books. If somebody wants to have some really good improvement in terms of health, in terms of wealth, in terms of relationship, in terms of how they see the world as a better place, then we take this opportunity to work together and move to that directions. So in the training, I also discuss some of the things that stop people to become successful. Other people would think, oh, I'm already old, Cliff. I don't want to do that. But guess what? If you can think about, say, Ray Kroc of McDonald's, he started his business when he was 59 years old. Colonel Sanders, 60 years old when he started KFC. And according to the latest study that was made by Harvard Business Review, the average age of successful startups and entrepreneurs is 45 years old. So don't say, oh, I'm already 46 or 47. No, there's always an opportunity for us to do something that you really like. And guess what? Life is so short. So if you are just dilly-dallying or just procrastinating or just waiting for the year to come pass by again, it will just come pass by and you will look at what have you accomplished. There's nothing much. So in this particular training, we look into those things. What are the things that stop us? What are things that will help us propel? What will help us to become more successful in our journey to a better self? So those are the things that we are looking forward in this Globe Go campaign called Trails on Fire. Yeah.
I love it. Love it. Sounds like very, very exciting. I'm hoping that Toronto is one of the places that you are picking to come to visit us, and we'll get an answer to that on a little bit. One of the things that you're probably going to agree with me, Dr. Cliff, is because when we are destined to do something, fear is one of the biggest issue, or one of the biggest common denominator of not being able to do anything or things that you're supposed to do. And one of the biggest example is I have two teenagers, and they always say, Mom, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. And I said, it's okay. You're not even on your 20s. You can have 10 careers by the time you're my age. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am. But you could try something different all the time. And if it doesn't work, don't worry about it. You know, at my age, I lately figured out what I wanted to do when I grew up, and it's what I'm doing right now, and it hasn't been that long. So how can we expect a youth or our teenagers to figure out what they need to be at that age? It's impossible. I think you probably will agree with me.
Yes, I totally agree. And I just want to take this opportunity as well to, since you mentioned about what are the things that might stop us from becoming successful, I have already 6 items in the list. Procrastination. Yeah, blaming, envy, quitting, and being negative with stuff. So, yeah, if these things, we are aware about that, then we should avoid doing that. It will help us to do whatever we want to accomplish in our lives. Yes.
Cliff, looks like we have a listener right now live with us. And if it's okay, I love we have callers and interactions. He has a question for you. Is that okay if you take a live call question?
Definitely. Let's do that. I'm excited to
Awesome. His name is Hugh, and he has a question for you. Go ahead, Hugh.
Hi. Very nice to meet you. I love what you're doing. The world needs to understand more about spirituality, because that's what's really coming into play more and transforming everything in business and more. So I wanted to hear what you're doing as far as incorporating that in the work that you're doing. And the law of attraction is simple and basic. What you put out is what you get back. So what you're saying as far as the basics of just persisting and not procrastinating, it's a lifelong journey that we're on, and every day is a new life to a wise person. So I'll see if I can give you a call off the show, but I'm actually a global visionary. I think I can bring further enhancement to the work that you're doing. because I have a globally recognized name. I'm looking to feed people body, mind, and spirit.
So, well, first, thank you for jumping in and share your questions. I'm looking at it as, well, we are spiritual beings that are experiencing human life on Earth. So that's one important thing that we have to bear in mind. And if we have that kind of thought, if we have that kind of mindset, we are aware that we should be acting like we are spiritual beings. That means we are going back to our basics. We are connecting with our spiritual self. We are nurturing. We are able to, in so doing, and we shouldn't be too attached with this material world, because that's not who we are. We just use them as our tool, as our avenues to become successful and be able to connect with other people. So in total, in short, we are still spiritual beings, and we have to keep that in mind and not super obsessed, not super succumbed or super drowned into the material things. And then we forgot that we are here on Earth to experience and to impart, to partake, and also to influence others who might have some issues with their spiritual connectivity with other spiritual beings. So that's why I look at it as being myself a spiritual person as well.
And I love that answer, Dr. Cliff, because you said something absolutely true. We cannot get attached to the material things that we have here on Earth, because even if we wanted to take it with us, it's completely impossible. Not even the kings and the pharaohs were able to, take their stuff with them after they passed, and they were buried with a lot of gold and a lot of things. But that is interesting, and it's true. True, as I mentioned earlier, a true entrepreneur is the one that knows how to give back and how to serve, and that's what we're here for. We're here to give back and to serve others. There's so many people in this beautiful world that our Creator has created that is with a need, with a special need. And basic need, we're talking about water, things that we here in Canada and the U.S. take absolutely for granted. But I hear from a lot of callers, and because I'm on the public eye, I get asked a lot to donate to simply get clean water for children and women and people that don't have that, and stuff that we open the tabs and we have it, and it's 90% okay compared to 0.1% okay. That water can poison people in other parts of the world. And also your knowledge. You're giving out your knowledge to other people, and this is amazing. I love what you do, and I copy it with our listener Hugh right now, which definitely you should be in contact. I will connect you after the show. One of the things that I don't want to forget, Dr. Cliff, is to mention for my listener, as this show is recorded, and you are coming to Canada, we need to devote for the audience, where can people find you? And that is the theme of the show. Tell us who you are, what you do. You've done an amazing job, author, and now you are able to share with the world this amazing book, which is a workshop, more than just a book, a Trails of Fire. And where can people find you? That's very, very important.
Okay, so thank you so much for this opportunity. I have a website that you can connect with. So that's cliff.roperez.com. So that's Cliff, CLIFF, roperez.com. And in the website, you'll be able to access some free training that can be done online, also in live events, just like what I'm going to do in Toronto. And it's coming March the 7th. It's a Saturday. So if you have time, please jump in and join me as we exchange notes, as we go on this particular journey as to whatever you want to accomplish in life is going to be there. So I will also promote one of my books. It's called Burn Your Boats. And Liz, you mentioned it earlier. This is an interesting book by myself. And it actually talked about whatever you do, just do whatever it takes to get to whatever you want. I don't know, it's kind of like jumble of words, but have a ultimate, like burning desire to get to that one single goal in life. So don't have plan B, don't have a backup plan, or don't have safety nets. This is like different to what our parents or the media or the school have taught us to have. Hey, you should have a backup plan, or you have plan B or plan C. So this one is more like influenced by Conquistador Cortez when he went to Mexico, and he said, today we're going to capture the island, and we have to first burn our boats. That means we have to stop, we have to control, or we have to just all the escape routes. There's nothing else to be done but to accomplish our goals. So that's very, very hard-hitting type of approach, but it works for some people, and we like to promote that as well because it helps me to become wherever I am right now. So
one of the things that you actually said, it is true. It is good sometimes to have a plan B, and sometimes it isn't, because and I have heard this before, you rely too much on your plan B, C, the whole alphabet. That's how I like to have my life, with the whole alphabet, and I have taught my teenagers that way as well. But if the plan B becomes more important than the plan A, you kind of lose the focus. So it goes back and forth. I do agree with you, but I don't know, maybe for us that we are a little bit older and we are a little bit more mature when it comes to teenagers and youth, that they don't know what to pick yet. I guess probably having different plans might be a better idea. I don't know. I am not the expert. I guess everybody has to figure it out. And when it comes down to March the 7th, I have to look at my agenda, but I love to meet you in person. I love to go to your workshop, and I love to find out a little bit more in depth and detail what you're going to deliver. So I definitely will be in contact with you and make sure that I do attend, or I send somebody that is listening to us right now. Guys, I need to cut for a couple of words of my sponsor. I'll be right back with Dr. Cliff Ruperis.
Lizzie T Radio Show is sponsored by NatureNova.ca, where dreams, memories, imagination, and discovery soar. Nature Nova is all about wildlife adventure, outdoor discovery, nature interpretation, and image originality. Nature Nova offers dynamic nature programs and presentations for schools, museums, libraries, nature centers, and special interest groups of all kinds. Be sure to visit NatureNova.ca and book your special program or presentation today.
Hi, I'm Natasha Birchmohan, and I'm reaching out to every hardworking Canadian. The average Canadian spends most of their lifetime paying off their mortgage. What if you can have your mortgage work for you? More time for you, more time for your family, more money in your bank account. Contact Natasha Birchmohan and team, mortgage broker and qualified experts, to help guide you towards financial freedom today. Visit us at bridgemoregroup.com or contact us at 1-866-553-7467, or just Google Natasha Birchmohan at Mortgage Intelligence.
So cold here in Canada, and there's so much snow, although we did have a bit of sun today, but we need that nice feeling. We're back, everyone. We are live today with Dr. Cliff Ruperis, and we are speaking about how can we turn your life around? How can we become a better writer? Because you have that book in you and it's not happening. How about contacting with Dr. Cliff Ruperis? How about your life is stuck, is stagnant, and you have that business that is not growing to that second level? Again, Dr. Cliff Ruperis will be able to connect with you. He will be here in Toronto, everyone. I will be throughout this month posting notes on my social media, Facebook /Lizzie T Radio, Instagram, and Twitter, and yes, we are on TikTok. I say that with a big smile. I can't say it seriously. Well, we're all over the place, and we will be posting the posters of Dr. Cliff coming to Toronto on March the 7th. And we have still about 10 minutes left on the show. So if you would like to call us in, we do have one caller, which is phenomenal. I love when I get callers. The number is 845-277-9078. 277-9078. Call to interact, perhaps to connect, you never know what this network could do for us. I also have, and I think he answered that question. One of the questions that I always ask is about what is new, and I think he's going to say, well, we already covered that. I'm coming to Toronto, I'm coming to Canada, but perhaps not. Perhaps there is something else. The theme of the show is tell us who you are, what you do, contact info, which you have done, anything new. What are you working on for the future, Dr. Cliff?
All right. So, again, thank you for this opportunity. And it's going to be on March 7th. I'm very excited about this. We are owning 2020, and we're going to make sure that it's going to be a different year as compared to the previous years. And our future self will be happy. Will be very proud about what we do today. Every small little step, every small little choice or decision that we create today will definitely impact to our future self. So go ahead and let's connect. Let's have a good opportunity to that. Like I said, we're going to plot our plan for this year and for the future, but this one is for the better. So I'm looking forward to see all you guys in Toronto. It's on March 7th, mark your calendar. Also, some other information or details of the event. Go ahead and jump into cliffroperez.com. Cliff, CLIFF, roperez.com. And you can also call me on my phone, 408-416-6477. And, like Liz mentioned earlier, we don't know what we can accomplish together. And this is a great opportunity for us to give back. And some people are going to give forward. That a way of doing it, give back. So, yeah.
We don't have the place where you are going to be here in Toronto yet. I guess those details are going to be delivered later on, and with as the time approaches, I assume.
Yes, it's going to be a quick 2 hour from 10 a.m. up to 12 noon. And initially we have it at Toronto Library, Toronto Public Library, but we are also looking into transferring into a much bigger venue if ever we reach a certain number. So, let us know if you are able to join in this particular event so we can decide where to land this. But currently our default is at Toronto Public Library, which is accessible for most of us in Toronto.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I will be definitely promoting that for you, Dr. Cliff, and having posters and having tags and posts on social to help you out. And I'm hoping that I can make and meet you in person because, one thing is to talk to you on the radio and something else to give you a hug and take pictures and actually listen to what you have to share. I know that you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise, a lot of background, a lot of research. I mean, it's 3 books. It's not just one. And obviously this year, as you said, is going to be your best year. This is something that you would like to promote internationally. And then after Toronto, after Canada, where's your next destination?
That will be in Mexico in April. And then July, I'll be Kuala Lumpur in Singapore. And then towards the end of the year, I'll be heading to France and Spain. So I'm very excited about reaching all these places. We travel the world, reach a lot of people, and be able to connect with other individuals who are like-minded, who have this burning desire to do something different from here on onwards. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. One of the things that I'm curious to ask you, when you do your workshop, when you deliver, when you speak, what would you say is one of the biggest negativity of people? And I hate to kind of touch on that way because I know that with you giving me that answer, I will be able to find out how can people overcome those. And we did talk a little bit of that earlier, but there's always those naysayer or people that they doubt themselves. And once they do one of the techniques that you recommend, things to have turned around, what would you say is the common denominator?
Well, what's big right now is really procrastination. We are just slumped with the things that we enjoy. And so we have technology. We have social media. When we flip our phone, we just wind away. We just sail away with many other things that stop us, that really take us away from the majors, take us away from the important things. And then I'm just going to do this next day. Oh, I'm just going to do this the upcoming week or next month. And then all of a sudden you just realize another year has passed because you didn't have a really strong plan. You didn't have really that strong desire to do something different. So procrastination and just being negative about things around you. So if these are abated, and we have some tools and techniques to be aware about that and to abate on that and really just put it away from our mindset, then definitely we will propel to whatever we want to accomplish for this particular year and onwards.
And you know what? Unfortunately, I have to confess, Dr. Cliff, because that's one of my issues too, is procrastination. And one of the things that I actually have worked on this year, which I don't do New Year's resolution at all. What I do is I do list, and it works for me. I'm not going to say that it works for everybody else, but I'm just saying that it works for me. I do a list. It cannot be on the computer. It doesn't work. I've tried it. It cannot be on my cell phone. Again, I worked. It doesn't try. It has to be with somehow there's a connection between my hand and the pen and the paper. And then I do the list, and then all of a sudden things are started getting crossed off. And if I write it, again, with my hand, with the paper, with the pen, something happens and things just started getting crossed. I felt if I don't do those things, I procrastinate like there's no tomorrow. And, it's a tip for you that are listening right now from all over the world. Perhaps if you haven't picked anything up, and I'm hoping that you did, this will be one tip. Obviously, Dr. Ramirez has given us many, but more to come will be when he comes here on March the 7th here to Toronto. And but yes, thanks for bringing that up. Procrastination is going to be something that I'm going to be much better about it. I guess it will not be part of my life. I am making sure that it will not be part of my life, and trying to have discipline to write those things down. It really, really helps. Dr. Cliff, I cannot believe time is flying by so quickly here at the Lizzie T Show. I am really, really hoping that I can come and meet you on March the 7th to talk more, maybe take my camera crew and then do a little video and connect with you here on March 7th. Wow. And we connect, we don't know, things happen, and I believe that for a reason. And wish you the best. We will be promoting your event that is coming up on March the 7th here at the Lizzie Show. We have, absolutely, 100% support of what you do. I think it's great. Hopefully we'll have the whole Toronto coming to visit you, and you will have to change the venue. And, we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on your book, on your workshop, on your tour. All the best. And any last word?
Well, thank you so much, Liz, and all your listeners. And again, just make sure that we have a certain plan. If we don't have a plan, then we will fail. That's actually planning to fail already. And again, thank you for your opportunity. Thank you for taking this opportunity to go out there. Spend some of your time to be part of the Liz Show today. And we just don't know what we can pick up from today and in March 7th. The only way to find it out is get out there and do not procrastinate. It might not happen again. So that's the only chance for you, one big shot. So let's go there, and we have more stuff to exchange and more stuff to share along together. So thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. Pleasure's all mine. And that was Dr. Cliff Ramirez. Make sure you connect. We'll have links on my social, everyone. March the 7th. Connect with us because I'm hoping that I can be there. I haven't looked up my calendar. I know that March is a month where International Women's Day. It is also my birthday, and a lot of things are going on, but we'll try to squeeze it somehow. Next up, everyone, it is our musical section. We have so many songs prepared for you today. People that have sent their MP3. I was playing Father Love You, and this is a beautiful, kind of like a Caribbean song, but it's just awesome. Enjoy. Radio.